24th head coach in program history and the Mountaineers' 4th head coach since 2023. Hodge looks to make his mark in Morgantown after spending 2 seasons at the helm for North Texas. He compiled a record of 46-24 during his time with the Mean Green, wrapping up his tenure with an NIT semifinal loss to UC Irvine, which was the 4th straight time the program made the postseason tournament. Prior to being the man in charge for North Texas, Hodge spent 6 seasons as associate head coach under then Mean Green coach Grant McCasland. He joins a West Virginia program who missed the NCAA tournament for the 2nd consecutive year. Hodge believes being able to learn under successful head coaches will serve him well in trying to get the Mountaineers back to the big dance.
I've had an opportunity to look at it from afar, and I do know what it takes. I'm not confused on that. It's something I'm very confident in, and I do have an inordinate amount of confidence in the people that we'll put in place from a staffing standpoint, that we can get the players that can do what we need to do to put them in position to get back to the NCAA tournament.